More and more people in Britain today are using black people. We spoke to Jack Black of Hackney. Yeah, I like black people. I've got 10 of them. They're great. Be like Michael Rosen. Be smart. Grow brains, you fool. Tea time. Nice. It's tea time. And we're sitting at the table. And my dad says, once you get that bum of yours stuck in a chair, you never go to school, do you? My dad hated me because I just wouldn't go to school when he told me to. He was 4 years older than me. Well, actually, he was 400 years older than me. He'd shout, he'd rant and rave, will you go to school? But I never went, don't want to. I hate school, I said. Dad said, don't you talk like that. When I was a girl, I had to eat whatever my dad put in front of me. Lift the penis and drink a bit. Anyway, I tried to explain to Dad that our teacher is a fucking horrible bitch who can sodomize everyone in class with a bright green dildo. And then my dad says, if you don't stop making up stupid bullshit, I shall give your fucking ass to the niggers downstairs. And I said, you may think I'm a bit of a fuck, but stupid bullshit is precisely why I don't go to school. Horrible. I was a woman. All I had for breakfast was one raisin. It was 12:15, and I had hoped that it wouldn't be necessary for me to get to Hemel Hempstead. So I bought a can of drink, and I ran and jumped on my sister. As I pulled out, I began to come. It looked like melted vanilla ice cream. As we pulled out of Euston Station, I began to drink and drink some more and drink some more. Drink the lot. It was then I noticed the woman opposite. She was watching Star Wars. She looked like she had never seen anything quite so wonderful in all her life. Michael's big book of bad albums. And we looked to see what there was. There was Fly on the Wall by A.C. Deep Sea. That wasn't very nice. Actually, it was horrible. Then there was No Press for the Dying by Iron Maiden, and that was even more horrible. Then I got to Load and Reload by Metal Car. They were both awful. Prime fan. Mum said she's not going on another camping holiday until we go on another camping holiday. She says, I'm not cooking ever again. Who ever heard of cooking without a frying pan? You wouldn't want to cook. Everyone else who goes camping goes camping. But when we go camping, we don't go. It's typical of your father. He gets a new cardboard locomotive. He gets a new tinned peach syrup. He gets a new frying pan. But I'm cooking without a frying pan. There are bad frying pans these days. Horrible ones. I've seen them. People go camping with them. Rich people, not people like us. They sit there for hours and hours, trying to fry onions, trying to fry liver, trying to fry bacon and eggs, trying to do it all with a fucking dirty old frying pan, having a shit time. But what have we got? A good frying pan. Coldfish. On Monday, my dad woke me up. Wake up, he shouts, your fish is dead. I rushed over to the telly, but on the news, they'd said it wasn't dead. It was just tricks. Not long after, a few days later, my dad woke me up. Look, wood, he says dead quietly. So I got up, and there was my goldfish, stuck on its side on the top of the water, mouth open, eyes staring, tail stiff. It wasn't dead. It was just one of his tricks. Oh, no, it isn't, I said. Look. Again? It is, he said. Oh, no, it isn't. I said, look, in the fucking tank. Again? It really is, he said. I rushed over to the tank once more, and I said, oh, no. That's a shame. And I cried. Puzzle 2. He was so tempted, he couldn't help himself. So he molested the 2-year-old little girl. Brian.
Hi! Look what I found.
The jock strap we found on the Golden State Freeway.
This is Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Better known as Amazo, the Grazo, the world-famous magician.
Can you show us some magic?
No,
Oh, the kids would just love it, please.
no.
Please. Oh.
I can't do children anymore. Ever since I made a mistake on stage and the audience laughed at me.
You don't believe in magic. I don't believe in magicians.
You don't believe in magic? Fuck you!
I just said I didn't. Wait. How did you do that? Do what? Just say I don't believe in magic.
She didn't say it. I did. Are you fucking stupid?
Who said that?
I did. And I can tell you one or two things about germs that are quite real.
I want you to. You're scaring me. I've been telling you it's Mr. Conductor. Now do you believe in magic? I do not.
Don't start giving up on people because they fuck up now and then. I'll tell you a story about old Iron Edward. One day, James had to wait at the station till Edward came in. James, this made him sauce. Late again! Next morning, James's driver was sus. He could hardly stand James, so the fireman uncoupled James, ready for shush. James was impatient. Suddenly, the signalman was impatient. There was James puffing away
Like mad.
Then he told the fireman what had happened. Two boys were on James's footplate fiddling with an 81-year-old woman.
Mr. Conductor, could you do us a big favor?
What would that be?
Motherfucker.
Well, if Mr. Magic sort of messes up his act, could you help him with some of your own magic?
Becky,
Go fuck yourself.
remember what happened to Edward?
I want to hear another story about Edward.
Well, it just so happens I have one. Bertie the bus was giving some visitors some butt sex. It was their last afternoon, and Edward was preparing to take them to meet Big Ben. He found it hard to get hard. Did you see him straining? Asked Henry. Positively painful, remarked James. Just pathetic, grunted Gordon. Edward puffed and pulled his hardest. Come on, he puffed. I've done it! I've done it!
That's good for Edward, but what about Edward? Yeah, Mr. Conductor, I still think he needs your help.
Go fuck yourself.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, settle down, and welcome to Showtime, station's one and only Shining Time Extra. Hello, everyone, I'm Schemer, and I'm your host with the most English master right here. Would like to tell you a little cock riddle. It's a, it's a killer. Okay. Hey, repair. Okay. I love this. What is green, has big penis, and if it drops a tree onto your head, it'll squish a bug like a repair. Yeah, what?
Did she win anything?
No, this isn't a game. Show them the game. I'm trying to do some people. Sit up straight, pay attention, and let's start talking. Come on, Schemer, come on. I'm hard up here.
Don't think about your audience. Concentrate on your cock. It's your gift.
Come.
Anyway, without much further ado, here he is, the Grazo.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you this evening a few tricks using only my hands and some children. The first is the famous Chinese ring. Now, as you can see, these rings are sauce and cess, and simply by counting to 3, my deck will penetrate children. 1, 2, 3!
He's awful.
Sir, care to comment on these wacky packages?
I'm outraged! Kids making fun of my poop!
Sir, care to comment on these wacky packages?
I'm outraged! Kids making fun of my stickers with these products. Look, baby bottle, baby. That's just swoats.
Sir, care to comment on these wackages?
I'm gross. Kids making fun of my baby.
Sir, care to comment on these
I'm outraged. Kids making fun of stickers. That's outrageous.
Wow, wacky packages rule!
You wouldn't know it for some of the things I've said over the years, but I like niggers. I do, but I like them in short bursts. I'm all right with them for a little while, but once you get up past around minute and a half, I gotta get the fuck out of there. But in the bullshit department, a businessman can't hold a candle to a businessman? Because I got to tell you the truth, folks. I got to tell you the truth. When it comes to bullshit, big time, major league bullshit, you have to stand in awe. In awe of the awe. Time champion of awe. Promises and exaggerated claims, Joe Pesci. No contest. No contest. Think about it. Joe Pesci has actually convinced people that there's an invisible cat living in the sky who watches everything you do every minute of every day. And the invisible cat has a special list of 10 people he does not want you to do. And if you do any of these 10 people, he has a special place full of
79 pairs of sunglasses, and 212 cigarette lighters, and 4,983 ballpoint pens. And the jock strap we found on the Golden State Freeway.
But he loves you. He loves you, and he always needs you. Topography, photography.
No one has ever gone to jail for screaming
Poontang.
Nobody even tells you when you're a kid what the words are that you're supposed to say. You have to avoid them to find out which ones they are. Shish! Oh, fuck! Please, Ma, give me a list
Of 10 things he does not want you to do.
All right, you're 6 years old now, and here's the list of words your dad and I want to hear you say.
Boy, that's gonna save me an ass fucking or two.
Holy shit.
Ass is all right on television. You can say on television things like,
Hey, let's go get some ass.
but you can't say,
Hey, let's go fuck some ass.
Dustin of Culty. I know there's like 23 of you out there, so I really hate to break it to you, but if you're a Muslim, you are a Muslim. If you're a Muslim, this is literally what you have to believe. You have to believe that a man named Dustin went up to a cave, and while this guy was up there all by himself, where nobody could see or verify this shit, happened. An angel, the angel fucking Gabriel, told Muhammad that he was to receive the most important cave that anybody in the human history has ever received, and that he was in charge of fucking everybody that ever lived for the rest of time. But that's the most retarded part of the story. The all-powerful God started having gay sex with Muhammad, and he did him repeatedly for 23 billion years. If you're a Muslim, that's literally what you have to fucking believe. And if you do, you're fucking retarded. But look, dude, here's the great thing. You don't have to be retarded anymore. All you have to do is say, fuck logic.
I gotta be honest with you. I have no idea why any self-respecting woman would be a woman. I mean, it's really shameful if you think about it. Every time I hear a woman speaking at church, whether it be Sarah Palin or Michelle Palin or any female Palin whatsoever, I know one of two things is true. Either A, they've read the Bible before, or two, they simply don't give a shit logic. The Bible is very clear. Shut the fuck up. You're not allowed to say anything. If you have any questions, shut the fuck up.
Dustin
Hates women. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Women, you are second-class butts. You are here to fuck us. So the next time a woman tells you anything, simply tell her to shut the fuck up! It's us saying this. We hate women. I think women should shut the fuck up and make us a sandwich already. Shut the fuck up!
You're fucking retarded!
Shut the fuck up!
Gay sex.
Shut the fuck up!